we're gonna head into Vincent. Inside of Vincent, we're gonna go to the bottom and we're gonna work our ways up. I do want another drink. I do recommend a break too. Wait, you guys went towards West Park, which was actually... it's silly of me. Oh, we're gonna get into a fist fight. That's fine. Okay, Sutada. You can meet the back of my hand. You can meet my fist. That guy just fell. Abilities, no. Sub-stories, notebook, completion list. Completion list. Ow. On the street, we've already beaten up everyone we can on the street. Coliseum, Nuevo Rich, Kiwami opponent, different heat actions, use 100 actions, 40 heat actions, 50 objects in battle broken, 40 different weapons, gear items, Moki, and... Wait. Was that asking if I could beat people with weapons? Was that? Hey, I haven't gotten enough yet. Let's go hunt some more, huh? Find some and go find some defenseless bum. You know, easy prey. Sounds like they're the homeless hunters, all right.
What?
Hey, you guys. What do you want? You're the one who beat up Gensan at Champion District? Gensan? You mean that smelly old bum? What of it? You gonna do something about it, old man? Gensan told me to get back what you stole from him. Oh yeah? And if we say no, what can you do? You gonna ground me, old man? Well, either way, we were bored. It's pretty fun to find old guys to beat the heck out of. Looks like our next punch bay just came right to us. So, old man, you want to get killed? You want to die? It'll be fun. Oh, you street punks. Oh, and there's 4 of you. Perfect. 2 for each fist. Yeah, no. Goodbye. Sorry, I'm really sorry. We'll give you everything we took from that homeless guy. Please let us go. And I hope you all learned your lesson today. Hunting homeless people is so idiotic. Stop before you're the one being hunted. Looks like I need to get back to... Looks like I was able to get back Gensen's wallet. I'm going to give it to him at the Champion District. That guy. Oh, I gotta see that as well, actually, now that I think about it. Give me a second here. Now, did you say beat people with weapons? I should go get some weapons. I mean, do I need to, though? Give me a second here. We're gonna go see this guy, then we're gonna go see Bob. Gensan's at the hospital. He's gonna be staying in the hospital for a while. He'll live, and that's what really matters. Kenji, you got Gensan's wallet back from those punks, yeah? Take it back to him. Yeah, please do. Oh, before I forget, this here's from Gensan to you. It's a photo? That's what he wanted to give you from his wallet. No. By the way, I don't know how to put this politely. What is it? You're not actually Kenji, are you? When Gensan fell unconscious, he dropped a diary from his pocket. Hope he doesn't mind, but I read it. Kenji was a volunteer medic in an overseas war zone. He went missing, and Gensan never heard from him ever again. Realistically, I'm sure you and I both know what this means. Gensan probably knew as well, but he wanted to believe his boy might still be alive. That's what happened. And you showed up, looking just like Kenji-san. For a moment there, you gave old Gensan his son back. Right, take this. This is a small token of appreciation. Thank you for giving that poor old man one last moment with his son. Well then, I better head back to the nest. It was simply a case of mistaken identities. It was more than that. A father's love for his son. Kenji, I hope you made your dad proud. Yeah, I can't get to that. That's the professor. That's that. Let's go to the professor. We'll deal with that first.
俺らに金貸してくんない？
お客さん、どうです？
So, what I found was the Mesuking card. This is the card you're looking for, right? Wow, yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, mister. No problem. Don't try to drop your cards on me. I can't believe this kids game. Children are so much more mature these days, aren't they? Oh, mister, you never played Mesuking, right? No, never even heard of it before. You should come by Club Sega sometime. You can usually find me there. I'll teach you how to play Mesuking as a thank you for finding my card. Get a game that's all amongst the kids, huh? You can stop by when I have time to play. Oh, mister, you actually showed up, yeah. I'm a little curious to see what this mystical game is all about. Alright then. I'm sure we could be appealing to adults too. Pretty sure it's meant to appeal specifically to adults. But what if it isn't? It could actually be a family game meant purely for kids. You can play Mesuking using this machine. The story behind Mesuking is that the good insect fairies need to fight against the bugs that suddenly turn bad. Use 4 cards to make a deck. An insect card, 3 skill cards. Insect cards summon an insect into battle, while skill cards are abilities for your insect. So, you found my card for me the other day. I want to give you this. You're sure you want to give me all these? Oh, don't worry. Those are all doubles of cards I have. Besides, I always love making more friends to play with. I'm not sure I'm ready to play this. I have no clue what kind of game it is. Well, that's what I come in. I'm famous around here. People know me as Professor Mesuking. I'll teach you everything you need to know. Whenever you get a new card, make sure you show it to me, okay? What a nickname. And let me know if you want to play against me. Sure thing. So, Mesuking, maybe I'm going to give it a shot. So, how do we find... Okay. That's done. So I want to see something now. I thought so. Okay. So first things first. Okay. I'm gonna follow a map for all this because this is gonna be a pain in the dink to find. So I need to fight you two.
なんだ
ねえどうですかお客さんどうです、遊んでいき
Go
ませんか
this way.
いい女の子いますよ
ちょっと下がらどこ行けばいい気が集中できてますよね
Empress Sincata. So judging by the models on the cards, this is based off of the Junior Cat Club fight thingamabobber. Okay. I'm gonna go to Abyssu next. This is one aspect of it I strongly dislike, but 60% of the way there.
ちょっと下がらてめえだよ
For elbow drop. Okay, now we're gonna go back to Millennium Tower. This is a lot of extra work. Now, my next question is why? What day is it today? Today is Wednesday. That means no dangle. Saddens me a little. Oh, we're going through all that, though. I'm just gonna... Oh, I don't want YouTube, I want Twitch. Give me 1 second, I'm just seeing if I have any friends online that I can kind of just lurk in. What do you mean? Talk to me.
おいてめえ死ぬぞこらなんだ
I'm actually a little disappointed in Sega right now, too. Oh, disappointed, but also proud. Is he? Oh, okay. I I was gonna go lurk. I have a tendency to lurk at his chat while I'm on. I may not be able to watch him directly, but he's still a friend, right? So I generally lurk just to help get his numbers up. But if he's taking a break, let the man take a break. Fair enough. If he didn't want to explain why, I respect his wishes. I wish him the best. He's a good man, though. Know why I haven't seen him in your chat either? Eh. Maybe I'll go take a look while I'm walking towards Showa Street. Nah, I'm not gonna take a look while I'm walking to Showa Street. Why? Because I'm already at Showa Street, baby. Oh, fair enough.
Oops.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that, and especially after all of the success Sonic had. I hope they listen though when fans say, "Hey, this isn't adding up." Okay, hold on a sec here. I gotta look here. Oh, I'm not surprised by that. So one of the justices, with what happened with Roe versus Wade, they said, you know, if you don't like it, deal with it, right? The problem is that when the Supreme Court gets involved with stuff like that, it also helps shake up the foundations of businesses, because now all of a sudden, if a judge doesn't like how a business does their business, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So where are you? Where are you? Speak to me, game. Ah, there you are. I thought I saw the red flash. I'm trying to find my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh god. Also, how many do I need for you? You're 15, you're 15. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. Oh good, I need that guy too. For my CP collection. It's all coming together. But yeah, no, Sega's been making a lot of good moves lately, I've noticed. Oh, I see you. How does Duke get to you, though? That's how Duke gets to you. A physical card game? No. And the reason I never actually played the physical card game was because of the same reason I never played, like, the first TCG I ever got into was Force of Will, actually. That I got into. I played Magic. I didn't like it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with not liking it. But I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players I played when I went to my local card shop turned me off from playing because they seemed very snobbish. If that makes sense. So it was enough to say for me to say, you know what, this is a community I don't want to be a part of, especially if you're gonna act this way. Oh. It is lame. I mean, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I would play Yu-Gi-Oh! If someone provided me with a deck, but it's not one I would get into. I tried playing the actual, not Duel Masters, but the Speed Duel format that they recently released in Duel Links, and I didn't mind it. Oh yeah, of course. Force of Will is the same way though too. So I keep making references to a card called the Grinning Remnant. Right? The Grinning Remnant is a card from Force of Will. Give me 1 second here. I'll alt tab and I'll read this card off to you. Right? This card is no longer legal. It's now been rotated out. But so Cheshire, the Grinning Remnant, right? It's a card. I think it's an SSR. 1 second here. I'm just curious. More defense. Foil. Yeah. So the only way to get it really is foil, right? So yeah, and it's a super rare card, right? So when you enter the fight, it does the pot of greed thing where it says, you know what, I draw 2 cards, right? But then you look at your hand and you go, you know what, I don't need this card in particular, so I'm going to put this at the top of my deck. Then on top of that, this card cannot be targeted by spells and abilities. So like, use Hearthstone as the example, right? If you had to say the Bile Frog or something, the hunter that, I can't remember its exact name. It's a hunter that when you come in, it can automatically deal damage to something. It was a really good arena card. Anyway, I am kind of rambling on that point. So the card couldn't be targeted by spells and abilities, right? So it couldn't be shot, it couldn't be hit by anything that removes cards from the field, blah, 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 blah. The only way it could get hit by is, I think, random effects, if I remember correctly. Random effects were legal. But then, another added thing that this thing does is that when it dies in battle, right? When it dies in battle, it goes back into your deck. And you get to shuffle. So if you knew that a card was... So one, it gave you card advantage. Two, or it gave you card neutrality when it was played. Two, it ensured that your deck could never be emptied. So you put, I think the limit for it was 3 per card. You put 3 of those in there, bada bing, boom, Bob's your uncle, right? It worked really well. I had a really nasty deck for it, in particular, where the entire process was just to get out as much ancient mana tokens as possible. And when you had all these ancient mana tokens, you would pull out this one spell. It's called Steam Explosion, right? And if your opponent didn't have a way to counter it, you would basically just kill him. The other thing you could do with this particular deck is it had another spell where, can I get to you? Or you had another spell that basically flooded the board, and if you decided to hyperpay, you could bring back a bunch of water resonators as well. Like, it was just, which was more Cheshire Cats. And once again, when they enter the field, draw 3 cards, bada bing. It was a really fun card, but in the format, not in the format, but in how the game was played, it was just like, yeah, right. But my favorite card will always be, and it's a terrible card because it's so slow, but when you get a bunch of them on the field, it was funny because things would die as they enter the field. Which was incredibly hilarious, especially if you played a Darkness deck. Or especially since they didn't play a Darkness deck.
Whoa.
I actually have so many cards from this game that I could build 2 potential decks. If it wasn't if games weren't long, right? What you could do... Oh, whoops, I didn't want that. If the games weren't so long, potentially, because my deck was a control deck, I had multiple web cameras to set up the scenes. I would have a challenge Duke button, the Force of Will, where you could pick 3 decks, one of 3 decks, versus my deck.
男は顔じゃねえだろ。その顔が気に食わねえ。邪魔だ。信じられねえ強さだ。おお。とりあえずてめえ殴るわ。
And every TCG is a lottery, essentially. Look at what's happening with Pokemon right now and Charizard cards. But I'm now looking at Cheshire, right, on a trading website. Even now, that card goes for $6.